Roblox Battlegrounds games in a nutshell. Today we will be discovering the fun and popularity of the recent wave of Battlegrounds games and figuring out what makes them so different according to you guys. Let's see if I was wrong about them. The Strongest Battlegrounds, a game where you can do this.
This is kill or be killed.
Like, look at this. Now pause. You might be thinking, is Techie genuinely having fun with this game? And to answer that, well, maybe, but let me just explain exactly what this game is. TSB was created by Yielding Arts in an age where almost every anime game was just trying to be block streets. The Strongest Battlegrounds did something new, and it was a breath of fresh air to a lot of people. But I don't even really think a lot of people play TSB to fight. The game has practically turned into a hangout game. I've seen the e-girls and their incel boyfriends trying to protect them in the process as well. It's so dumb. If you even try to walk up to one of these people, they will immediately begin to jump the life out of you and blame you for playing the game how it was supposed to be played in the first place. It's literally a fighting game, bro. Let's not talk about the teamers that just ruin the experience of the game for tons of people. But beyond the general Roblox population just being weird in this game, actually learning the game is just trying to learn how to get the most damage after finally getting around someone's block. A lot of this involved me searching up the best combos on YouTube and trying out said combos and failing miserably, of course. In public servers, you could throw trash cans at people. I just had to do it a few times. This guy's over here dancing. Here we go. No! But you know what I also realized? Simply just how many Garu players are in this game, because just everyone uses him. Saitama is a simple beginner character, and I think the shove tech made this character an even more bigger threat. Basically, the shove tech is where you're able to literally break roadblocks using an opponent's level of lag by punching right through his shove and stunning the opponent. Also, omnidirectional punch. Then you just have Juro's players who love jumping in with their unblockable blitz shot move, but can't lie, landing jet dive definitely was satisfying, jumping in on people who were fighting with it. Then the devs decide to add Virgil from DMC to the game, aka Sonic. And my favorite character 100% in the game was Brutal Demon, aka Metal Bat, because his base was just too much fun, smashing people into the ground with the bat as you hear their head absolutely getting mauled by the Metal Bat. It's just music to my ears. I was even able to fight the Kanye West bear off of Graduation with Metal Bat, and it went very well until he decided to leave the game. The very last character was Blade Master, who I was too broke to buy. One thing I will commend every Battlegrounds game for doing is keeping the game as free to play as possible, as my entire experience of this game was free and I didn't have to grind a single level. Heroes Battlegrounds, basically TSB but for the 5 My Hero fans that exist today. Everyone just kept saying that this game was made by the same people as TSB, which is actually a fact, but I'm here to tell you right now,
we don't care.
I think this game definitely should have came with a seizure warning, because the amount of effects is just downright ridiculous. You can hardly even see what's going on half the time. But I will say that this game does have a mastery system, but it's only for Deku. After you get the mastery for Deku, it makes him like the most overpowered character in the game. And if you wondered how you get mastery, well, you do these little challenges and they involve stuff like this. And the awakening is just death. Like, they just give you infinite dashes and the craziest AoE moves imaginable. The alts always look cool in most of these games though, so this game is no exception. The alts still look really good. The bosses also cost Robux to even spawn, so that system just is in the game, make the developers more money. The best part about this game is that you can slam a person's head repeatedly into a tree until the tree explodes. This game also suffers from teamers, but what Battlegrounds game at this point doesn't? But beyond that, the game just lacks some polish that I think TSB just has. I think we should move on to a real Battlegrounds game, and you might be asking, little Timmy, what is that game? Anyways, on to another one of the Strongest Battlegrounds children, Sorcerers Battlegrounds. Now, what I will say about this game is that it has improved greatly from when I last played it, because man, it was probably one of the worst Battlegrounds games I had ever played in my life. They even added a duels mode, finally, only 6 months, but what do you expect from Battlegrounds developers? It takes them almost a year to add a new character a lot of the time.
What more do you want from me?
The hitboxes in M1 still feel weird though, because sometimes you'll dash around someone and hit them from miles away, which makes 0 sense, but combos can feel really weird as well, because someone could just hit you in the middle of a combo sometimes when a hit doesn't register. Toto is really fun, to be honest, and they even have his move where you jump someone with either Dory, just like in the anime. This is the game where jumping and teaming is actually low-key canon. Oh, it's 3v1! Oh my god. But the amount of people using Toji is disgusting. Please stop using him. And here is TSB Dragon Ball Edition. Everyone mentioned in this game though was the use of a Z-Vanish system, and to be honest, it seemed like a missed opportunity because in hindsight it seemed like a cool way to offer more combo routes, but the Z-Vanish is only available to certain moves in your kit. Like, you can't just use it after like hitting someone back or something. Like, it's really weird. The modes in this game last like 2 seconds, so as everyone is just running away from you, your mode drains, causing you to only really be able to do like a full combo or two. Fusions are a really awesome feature though. I think more Dragon Ball games should add that, but I think this is one of the only great things that this game has going for it, to be honest. But I just feel as if certain systems could have been utilized a little bit better. Now to AFK Simulator, aka Fruit Battlegrounds, the game where you don't actually play until doing 5 hours of tiny task grinding until your PC explodes. The game where you load in and are immediately tasked with spinning a gambling gacha for a 0.19% mythic fruit, with the individual chances of your fruit being as low as 0.02%. Like, how is this even legal with a site full of children? I'll never understand. The game honestly is just Elemental Battlegrounds but reskinned as a One Piece game. There's a word called balance, and this game refuses to believe it exists. Throw anything you learned from playing games like TSB out the window and just throw skills at your opponent with massive AoE until whoever has the newest fruit wins.
This game is boring as fuck.
Rogue Demon, the first actual competent Demon Slayer Battlegrounds game. But Rogue Demon effectively is a little different from TSB or AFK Simulator. Instead, in this game, everyone refuses to fight. I see tons of e-girls in this game, so I know exactly what Rogue Demon is being used for at this point. Majority of the player base just stands around not moving, talking to each other. They should just rename the game to Online Dating Battlegrounds. I even fought a guy that has a shirt saying I love edging. Like, how is that even allowed on Roblox? But to talk about the actual combat, after playing games like TSB, it's really hard to go back to Rogue Demon. It just doesn't flow very well anymore, and the dashes are very stiff, and the movement in general is just pretty stiff compared to the other games and Battlegrounds games we talked about. I know the game is heavily inspired by Rogue Lineage, but this game is just that without the fun of Rogue Lineage's toxic progression. But this game did give me a little nostalgia. The effects did look neat, but other than that, Rogue Demon feels outdated compared to the competition and has been ran rampant by little kids trying to date each other in a Demon Slayer game. If you are a fan of Undertale and haven't played alternate Battlegrounds yet, I don't know what to tell you. Me personally, I love Undertale, and so seeing a game inspired by it was a W. The combat is a little different from what I'm used to, but the game was based off a game I used to play called Soul Shatters, which was also an Undertale inspired game. What I like is that this game took inspiration and made an actually really unique game. Unlike with the TSB games, these games actually feel different than something like Soul Shatters while having the same vibe of that game, if that makes any sense. But the game I genuinely think has the potential to be better than TSB and all these other games is Project Smash. You might be wondering, what is this game? Well, it's literally Smash Bros, but on Roblox, and it's a Battlegrounds game. What more could you want? It is peak, and it is the only Roblox game that I can genuinely play for more than an hour without getting bored and wanting to just shoot myself. Battlegrounds games are pretty much just alternate versions of each other in many ways. Some games take heavy inspiration from TSB, like Z Battlegrounds, and some games take the formula, try to mix it up a little bit through combat like Sorcerers or Heroes. Then you have games that are uniquely different like Project Smash and alternate Battlegrounds who have tons of passion put in. But let's not forget the games that came before the ones I talked about in this video. Games like ABA, In the Jojo Game, the original Anime Cross series, Insun 4 were all games that reinvented the Battlegrounds genre, and every single game takes inspiration from them before anything else. With ABA being the game most people take from, and still to this day ABA has the most characters out of any other Battlegrounds game released. Sure, it's not without its faults, but it definitely impacted Roblox fighting games a lot. Without the OGs, we would never have games like TSB nowadays, so let's give those games their credit as well. But as I say in every video, if you guys enjoyed this video and like some more content like this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.